Today I want to share with you what I believe is one of the top 5 secrets in creating depth in your watercolor paintings. These items are going to help you create distance, atmosphere, and a painting that will actually look three-dimensional in comparison to most paintings that look flat. The first secret is details belong in the front. Our brains are constantly trying to understand distance. One of the easiest ways we can do this is by looking for details. Think about standing on the edge of a river. The rocks right in front of you, visible detail, shape, and texture. But the rocks miles away, they're just shapes. The same thing should happen in your watercolor paintings. One mistake I see all the time in artists giving equal detail to everything. Every tree, every bush, every rock. The result is everything feels like it's sitting on the same plane. For example, this painting I painted of 2 guys in a canoe riding down some rapids. You want to save your sharp edges and interesting details in the foreground, like the details of the rapids and the canoe and the people. As objects move back in the distance, like the distant mountains and trees and sky, simplify them just into larger shapes. So remember, the closer something is, the more detail it has. The further away, the less detail. Number 2, values create distance. Value is simply how light or dark something is. The objects, like the reflection beneath the canoe and the trees, have the darkest value. As well, the canoe has a stronger value contrast. The further things move away, closer to the horizon, like the distant mountain and the trees, have less contrast. They become lighter. Nature does this automatically. The atmosphere acts like a giant filter. This means your foreground should often contain your strongest darks. Your midground gets softer, and then finally your background becomes lighter and lower in contrast. One thing I really like to do is to take my reference photo, remove the color, the saturation, and just focus on the value of white and black. Number 3, cool colors move back. Warm colors tend to be closer, and cool colors tend to move back. Look at this painting about a red barn sitting in a wheat field in front of a hillside of trees and blue sky. Your eyes immediately jump to the red barn. This is one of the easiest ways to create depth. For the foreground objects, you want to use a richer, warmer mixture like warm colors like the yellow wheat field. As things move into the distance, gradually cool them down like the green trees and the blue skies. This doesn't mean that everything in the distance needs to be blue. It simply means that naturally, things in the distance happens to be blue. And when you combined it with the softer value, the second secret, your paintings become naturally more beautiful. The fourth secret in creating depth in your watercolor painting is soft edges. Look at these 2 paintings of a foggy Washington coastline. Not every edge is sharp. In fact, most aren't. Objects in the distance often have soft, loss edges. The atmosphere softens them. Moisture softens them. Distance softens them. So when painting a distant tree line, try painting wet into damp paper. Allow some of those edges to disappear. Let neighboring shapes merge together. Those lost edges tell the viewer this object is further away. Meanwhile, your focal point can have a sharper edge and sharper definition like the objects that are more in the center of these paintings. The contrast between the soft and sharp creates incredible depth. The final secret that works in almost every painting is overlapping objects. For example, in this painting of a blue boat, one hill overlaps another, one rock overlaps another, the rope overlaps a rock, the shorelines overlap another shoreline. Whenever one object sits in front of another object, the brain instantly understands space. Even a simple overlap can create more depth than a dozen of tiny details. Each overlap becomes another clue for the viewer, and the brain starts building a three-dimensional world. The funny thing is that depth isn't created by just one secret technique. It's using all the techniques together. Hey, thank you so much for coming. Consider subscribing and see you each week. Have fun painting.